Good morning, everybody. How is it going? Hello, hello. I'm in a fairly good mood today, I guess. Not bad. So yeah, we're gonna do some stickers today because I really need to kind of get that done. Yay. Oh, that's a little chilly, but I like it. My feeties are cold, which is rare from, well, no, my feet are always cold, but it's like, it's only 60 something degrees outside, so yeah. Let's see here. Where is this? There's that. So how is everybody this Saturday morning, afternoon? I gotta do stickers. I don't want to do these ones. They're a pain in the butt, but I'm gonna. Plus, I'm gonna get some packs ready for the specific binkies that I sell. Like, if somebody orders a binky, I try to. Morning, Kelly. I try to send the package along with their binky that kind of matches the little thank you sticker pack. And I will be right back because I forgot to change my battery before I came in here, even though I knew it was dead. Oops, he's stuck. A very happy bird today, as well as crazy kitties. You know, crazy. I have stickers on my feet. I'm not sure what that is. Yeah, it's a sticker paper. Okay. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna get these sticker packs done to the best of my ability. But I have both kitties. There's one here. There's one there. Hi, Simon. You can see his little tail right there. That's Simon on the floor. There we go. That's much better. Addison has some super dry kids and bunny hops coming. Cool. I cannot wait till Tykables has the overnights in my size. I'm going crazy. Hopefully they're coming in with this next shipment, but I don't know if they are. We shall see. We shall see. Like I said, I kind of believe it when I see it when it comes to Tykables stuff. Okay. You need to go in the pacifier bin. So I have a lot of things to look at. I currently have 10 orders in my shop. Four of which are sewing, and one of which needs to get cut out this week. Well, maybe not this week, but either way. I think I'm gonna cut out these, and then I'm gonna make them. Let's see here. Where's everybody? Trying to separate them out. Cute little duckies. Anyway. I am not hugely fond of cutting out stickers myself. This is why I got a Cricut. So far, I got care packs set up for my granddaughter. Oh, cute. Yeah, I don't like cutting stickers out by myself mostly, or by hand. It's annoying. But actually, we don't have that many to cut out because I'm not cutting out these ones because they just aren't the greatest. And I really don't feel like cutting them out. Even though these ones would be pretty easy to cut out. If I need more, I will do it. But for now, I think I have what I need, really. So that must be a blue. Oh, no, it's a pink. Now that I have my Cricut figured out a little bit more how to properly do this stuff, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to cut out. That's not too bad. And then 2 more to finish, which I need to do with my X-Acto knife. And then we can start to put some sticker packs together. Second cup of coffee. I had my cup of coffee, even though I kind of want more. I'm sticking to it because I have no creamer. I use French vanilla creamer in my coffee, and I have none. I used the last of it this morning. So, I had a request by somebody on YouTube about doing a Barney pacifier. So if I hear back from them, I will definitely get a Barney pacifier going. Sesame Street is also a possibility. I also found Andrew's red pacifier, so that I may decorate here. I'm not decorating it right now because I need him to seriously get into a daddy mode because daddy's little needs some time. But we had a big talk last night about some stuff. Because Andrew right now is kind of not paying so much attention to the littles. I keep saying he's going to have, that we get to have a little time, but then he doesn't, Kai is really struggling right now with that. Kai needs some daddy time. Kai is struggling a bit with stuff. Why am I not just doing this with scissors? I don't know. I should just scrap these ones, but there we go. Not the best, but it's okay. You know what? That was super fast. So. Do I still have two? No, I still have one. Simon's probably going to head upstairs to one of the bedrooms. Nope, he's in his daddy's room down here. The problem is they get themselves stuck in that room, and it's kind of funny. But yeah, we're going to do stickers. Let's see about designing a binky. Oh no. So I should be getting here in the next few days a package that I'm super happy about. I finally bought some resin stuff. I bought a big 100-gram bottle or 250-gram bottle. This is 100 grams, right? Yeah. So it's like double this size. And sorry, cat. So I bought that along with a couple of other things that are going to be really fun to try out. I bought some pigments. I bought a couple of molds. I bought a glow-in-the-dark pigment. So we're going to have some fun with some stuff. So, but yeah, that's what I did the other day. If any of y'all are into crafting, resin, anything like that, definitely check out Sophie and Toffee. They're really cool, and they do import a lot of the Japanese resin stuff, which is fantastic stuff. Like from what I've seen, the Japanese resins and stuff are really good. But I got some molds to do some things, and I'm super excited because I really do want to get into the process where I could possibly make a pacifier. If I can do that, that would be awesome. I'm not sure how. I probably would have to start with epoxy resin at that point, but learning how to do this is the beginning. So that's what I'm doing. We do have but I went with Sophie and Toffee because, All the craft stores are closed. I got a set of prisms. Prisma markers. Those are nice. I like Prisma markers. The only reason I don't like Prisma better than Copic or Dick Blick is they are not refillable and their tips are a little bit soft for my liking, but they're good. Their pigments are just beautiful. I currently have the Chameleon pens, the markers. I'm not hugely, like, I like them, but as I've drawn with different markers, I've really fallen in love with the Copic style of marker as opposed to the Chameleon. Primarily being, I just don't end up using the Chameleon how they're supposed to be used, and I much more go with how I learned more how to draw how you would do with Copics, where you don't have to mix the chamber and all that. There is a lot of noise coming from Jimmy today. He is in a very good mood today, which I was surprised about. He is still molting like mad. Poor little thing. He looks so miserable. He looks miserable, but he obviously is not miserable. But he is going through a hardcore molt this year, and he is not a happy camper with it. But today is his good mood. I have Copic, they do an extra fine. They do have extra fines. Yeah, like I really do I love Copic. However, the best Copic dupe out there is Dick Blick, and they are good. They are almost exactly the same as Copics. Like you can use Copic inks in them and everything. Like they're very similar. The main problem I have with like the Chameleon and stuff is the tip is so tiny. And yes, it's a fiber tip, and fiber tips break apart at the end like a brush, but it's just so tiny, and it's hard to color a decent area without having streaking. Let me, for example, here, I have one right here. This was done with both, actually. No, this was done with, Chameleon and colored pencil. But my Chameleon pen, as you can see up here, there's a lot of the streaking. It was also running out at this point, but it's really hard to get a solid color laid down with it. But this is one of my drawings. I have to put it back in a frame. I took it out of the frame. I love this. I kind of wish there wasn't a bow on it, but it's cute. Either way, I enjoy. Oh, there's no eye sparkles on this one. Huh. Never did that. That's interesting. But yeah, that's kind of like me. That was me before I changed over to Kai. But yeah, that's one of my favorite drawings. I have a couple more that are absolutely precious that are upstairs somewhere. I forgot to bring down my bottle. Good back crack. But yeah, that was done with. I do a lot of base coating in, like I do the base colors in my markers. I bring out a lot of colored pencil to work with them. I have a set of the Chameleon colored pencils, which are pretty good. I'd like them to be a little bit more of a softer lead, like the Prismas. Prismas are still my favorite. I haven't worked much with Faber-Castell, so I don't, like a lot of people are saying the Faber-Castell polychromos are as good as the Prismas. I grew up stealing my mother's Prisma pencils, so I love Prisma. When it comes to their stuff, I think their pencils are fantastic. And I do have a basic color set of Prismas that I absolutely love. Like I love it. So I want to get back into drawing at some point. I've just not had much time to do so, I guess, and not much desire. I almost cut off the blankie. Not much desire to draw at the moment. And I think that's partly because my cats are going to get into it. I know for a fact. But yeah. All right. I have to I have to get these masks shipped out today if I can. Or not today, but this week. But yeah. I hear you, JJ. I hear you, baby. He's like, Mama, take me outside. I want to be outside, which he actually could probably go outside. It is 65 in our house right now. I turned the heat off and the AC off the other day because I'm like, thus got addicted to using. Right. Well, my mother is an artist, and I mean, she's been an artist since I was she went to school for art before I was even born. And so she always had this like toolbox that had all her Prismas in it. And I would go sneak them because like my siblings perfectly cool using Crayola. I wanted those Prismas and I absolutely loved them. So for me, Prismas are my babies. I absolutely love Prisma pencils when it comes to pencils. I'm not as fond of their markers, but they're still pretty cool. They're not bad. The only reason I don't use them as much is because they're not refillable. But if I need a color and I'll go get it in Prisma or Copic. I've tried the different off brands like Artist Loft and stuff like that. I don't like Artist Loft. They just do not work real well. I've tried a couple of different, like just random brands. I tried Milo's from Amazon. Those suck. They're awful. I mean, they don't suck. They have really great pigment. But part of the problem with fiber tips instead of rubber or sponge is that I've noticed a lot of those tend to get this really weird glooping all over the tip, and it's really hard to get it off. It looks like mold, but it's not. It's weird. I'm not exactly sure what it is. I've seen it happen to some other artists as well. It looks disgusting. But Milos were not bad, except for they were a fiber tip. They were really cheap, but I mean, their pigments were just super strong. They were gorgeous as far as I like. Some of their blues were just amazing. But I mean, I was in every single art class my mother taught when I was a kid. She did a lot of we were homeschooled, so we did a program called TeenWorks, and it was basically just a group of different types of teachers. Like there was a professional English teacher. She did English. There was math teachers. My mom did art. She did it for I believe it was second through fourth grade or something, second through sixth. I don't know. But I was in like first grade in that art class all the time. I loved it. And then when she taught a high school one, I was in it too. And she taught just like a class for our church kids that wanted to be in it, and I was in that. Like I was always in my mother's art classes, like every single one she ever did. So I enjoyed it. And like even if like I would sit in, like my mom did like when my sister was in high school, like and stuff, she did it for a bunch of the kids we knew that were that age. And I sat in on it and I did the stuff. And I have always been the artist when it comes to that stuff. My sister, my youngest sister, I mean, all of us can draw, mind you. All of us can do some really nice artwork. Two of the siblings really don't care that much about art. The second oldest, and the second youngest don't really care much. They can do it, and they do some beautiful work when they sit down and do it. But me and the oldest draws a lot. Still, I don't talk to her, but yeah, she's become quite the nasty person. But my youngest sister, is an amazing artist too. She and my mom will get together and just paint and things like that, and it tickles my mother pink when that happens. But my mom and I are always sharing our artwork, including pacifiers and all that. My mom absolutely loves seeing the designs I come up with. My mom is super supportive of the whole ABDL thing because she saw firsthand how it helps me. And, when I explained what it is to her, she is not phased by it anymore. She was at first when, I first started with it. I was still living at home. My dad was super Christian and he was not. But my mom has very much so warmed up to it. And so she's like, I want to see these pacifiers because these are art. You doing this is art. You're sewing. All this is art. And so we share constantly back and forth the things that we do. She sends me art that she does. Let me grab it here real quick because I have to brag about my awesome mother for a minute. Hang on. So my mom, when I was a kid, my mom did a painting of Venice, like a very impressionistic painting. When we were young, it was a 6 foot by 6 foot giant, and it was gorgeous. I lived in this world as a kid. I would sit, it was in our upstairs bathroom, and I would just sit there on the toilet, having an entire storyline go on inside this picture. My mom started painting, she did a replica of it, and then she started doing more Venice stuff. And she did one that she calls Venice Evening. And I told my mom, when you die, I get this painting. Because I don't care who else wants others' paintings. I get this painting, and I get her Venice I Am Back painting, because those mean so much to me. And I'm kind of going to be the one to, when she passes, have control of that artwork. And her and I have talked about what she wants done with it and things like that. But for my birthday, my mom did a print. She did a couple of different prints through a couple different companies to see what she liked. And she did a print of this painting for me, and I could not be happier. But this is the gorgeous artwork that she did of Venice. And this little thing right here is just precious to me. It's gorgeous. I have to hang it up soon. We just have to get a nail in the walls. It's going in my living room above our fireplace. This means so much to me. She has a couple more art pieces that she's done recently that also means so much to me. But my mom and I are exceedingly connected on every level. Her and I are just super close, which is really nice because I wasn't real close with my mom as a kid. I was more of a daddy's girl. My dad was a very weird, he did some things in the future that I did was not okay with. But this is a canvas print. It's like a vinyl canvas type of deal. And she gave this to me, and this is precious to me. So when my mother passes, her artwork will be around my house, and it'll be in my heart. Because my mom is amazing. I absolutely love her to death, and her artwork means so much to me. But this one has been, really awesome to have. So, why are you on the printer, dude? We must go on the shelves. He started climbing our shelves, which is not nice. But, so yeah, art is a very, very big part of my life. And it means, like, my mom did a painting recently. Get down, it's a light switch. He just turned off my freaking light. You butthead. What are you doing? Why are you climbing the walls so much right now? Huh? What is there that you want? What is the deal? Yeah. You just farted. My mom just did a painting a few months ago, actually. She has a couple that are just this gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous paintings. My mom does a lot of survivor type pieces where she's done imprints of women who have survived breast cancer, and she does a lot of really cool stuff with it. And then she did a painting of a body and a heart and a chain, and it's just gorgeous. It's gorgeous. And then she did one that goes along with it for cystic fibrosis. And I about cried when I saw that because my best friend from college passed away due to cystic fibrosis. And so that piece just, the pieces she's done for this is amazing. And I could not be more proud of my mom. She's so cool. But she does a lot of paintings about energy, with like the different chakras and things like that. She does energy paintings, and she did this gorgeous combination of paintings where she did galaxy type things and Mod Podge different she got this big old Star Wars encyclopedia thing, and she cuts images out of that and uses them in the painting, and it's beautiful. Like, it's so gorgeous. So every single, like, I want to be like, no, my mama's artwork, mine. I want my mother's artwork because it means so much, but I want to share it with the world as well. So, but she's kind of put me in charge of, when she passes, I have to do the artwork stuff. Yeah, I know. You're crazy. You got big tail. Hi. This cat, he just meows all the time. It's kind of funny. He just goes around the house meowing because A, he can't find his brother, or B, he's trying to lure his brother into playing, which is what he's doing right now. What do you have? What do you have? He has a, hang on, he cannot have that. That's a popsicle stick. Leo, put it down. You can't have popsicle sticks. Nope, those are not a go. Popsicle sticks splinter. You cannot have splintery woods. Like, anyway, I'll stop rambling on about my mom. I'm proud of my mom because she's really been through a lot. She's a victim of some sexual abuse, some psychological abuse. My dad was an abusive man. So she's been through a lot. A kid almost dying 3 times. There's been a lot of things that she's had to go through. So my mom is my hero. She is so strong, and I am so thankful for her and where she's gone with her strength. I'm just so thankful to have the mother I have now that she's separated with my dad. Like, her and I had some rough goes when I was younger. It was hard life of a middle child to abusive family. It's not family, but abusive father is hard. So, yeah. I have not seen my mother in person since I moved here. I moved here in March, and then the following January, I got to go see my mom when she was living in Tennessee. And I haven't seen her in person since, and it breaks my heart. I have nieces and nephews. I have 2 nieces I've never met. I have a nephew who I have not seen since he was like a month old. Yeah. Oh, I cannot imagine losing my mom. Cannot imagine it. Um, and I am also extremely thankful for the other mother figures that are in my life. Andrew's mother is one of my best friends. She is amazing. She welcomed me with open arms, and after I hurt her son. Those of you who do not know the story, Andrew and I, back in 2013, 2012, or I don't know exactly, whenever I lived, before I moved to Connecticut. So Andrew and I dated for approximately a week. We knew each other for a while, and then we dated for a week, long distance, mind you. We had not met in person yet. And then my parents split, and I went to do a visit to another friend of mine and Andrew's in Connecticut. And it was at that point, A, I lost my virginity, and B, it became very evident that week that I had to move. My parents were divorcing. My mom was moving out of the house, all this stuff. And I had to move. I didn't have a choice. And at the time, Precious Andrew was just not ready for that. He was 19. Wait, how old is he now? He's 28. He was 20. And, or just turned 21, something like that. And I had to make the decision, like, I don't know what I'm going to do. And my friend Rob, who I was visiting, at the time I liked both Andrew and Rob in a way, and Andrew asked me out. So we dated for a week, and then Rob asked me to come visit. And it was kind of evident that Rob was more at a place where he could have me move in. And he said, why don't we try it for a year and see how it goes? And I broke up with Andrew on that visit. And a month later, I moved to Connecticut, where I spent a year. Rob was just not the person that was meant for me. He wasn't abusive, but he was kind of like, you're the woman, you stay home, you cook, clean, blah, 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 blah. And I'm not that type of person. I don't do well with that type of man. And so a year later, we broke up. I moved back to New York. I moved in with my mother and her roommate, which was a really good situation. I loved living with them. They were great. It was great. I was back by my family and stuff like that. And between the time so I left New York with what I could, or left Connecticut with my bird and pretty much my clothing. I didn't get anything. The plan was I will come back later on and get the rest, because I just needed to go. I had to go. During this time, it was about a month, I got back in full contact with Andrew. Like, I had talked to him a little bit. It was hard for me because he actually had moved to Jersey for a little while for an internship. He had been suicidal and had to move home. He had to go into a psych ward for a couple of weeks. I was instrumental in him not committing suicide. So it was a little hard, but the whole time I was with Rob, my heart was with Andrew. Andrew and I had made just this otherworldly connection together where we were just connected at a different level. So when I went back home, I contacted him and we talked, but he never said anything about us again. And finally I asked him, do you still feel that way? And he said, I didn't want to say anything too soon because I know you just broke up with Rob, but yes. And I said, I honestly feel the same way. I've been, like, my heart, he was my first daddy. Like, even before we were together, he was doing the daddy thing for me. And my heart was tied to him. So I had to rekindle that. And we picked up right where we left off. I mean, like, right where we left off. And it was just wonderful. And at that point, it was like me and my sister went to Connecticut to get my stuff. it was weird. I made sure I was on the phone with Andrew the whole time I was with Rob because it was just hard. By this time, Rob had moved back home. The apartment was empty except for my stuff. So my sister and I stayed in that place. Rob went back to his house. He didn't stay with us. He just unlocked the door, gave me the key type of deal. I moved out. And then a few months later, shit kind of hit the fan as far as my life. I had a relapse where my legs did their thing. My room had flooded and stuff like this. And Andrew and I had been planning that in May, either he was going to move to me or I was going to move to him. And we kind of, at that point, when I went into the hospital, made the decision that because I was no longer going to be able to work for the foreseeable future, I would move to him because he had a steady job. Plus, Kansas is nicer weather than New York, in my opinion. I don't do well with winter, so the level of snow was bad. So when he came, his father, bless his heart, this is how you know I have good in-laws. When I was getting out of the hospital, his dad said, I'm flying you down to help her out. Because at this point, my room was flooded. It was nuts. And so his dad flew him to freaking New York. And Andrew came to help me that week. And there was a night where Andrew was on the phone with his mom and dad. I was in the kitchen with my mom. And at the exact same time, both sets of parents were like, why are you waiting till May to move? Why? She cannot work. Her room is flooded. Everything's already packed up. Why aren't you guys moving this right now? Why? And he's like, well, we don't have a place, blah, blah, blah. His parents are like, we will move your bedroom downstairs to the bigger bedroom where there's a basement. You guys can live in the basement. We will get it set up for you. Why don't you guys hop in the car this weekend and come home? And they did. And it was nuts and it was crazy. And it was like, I loaded everything I could into my little Camry car, including my bird. And we drove 17 hours, not all at once, and it's just like, it was just so serendipitous. And Andrew's mother and father just welcomed me with open arms into their household. And that's history. He and I have been together ever since. And I don't doubt it one bit. I don't regret anything with it. And it's just like, he and I, our relationship has morphed over the years. We've been together for 6 years, 6.5. And our relationship has changed over the years because I finally said to him, I'm asexual. I'm not aromantic, but I am very asexual and my connections are different. And we kind of made the decision that we were poly, and we've had a few partners since then. And it ended up that Hannah was the partner for us. Hannah moved in. We debated moving to Utah for a little while for another partner who we knew or that we were with at the time. We were going to move to Utah because he could pretty much support the whole family on his income. Shit went down. We realized Andrew was in love with Hannah. Hannah and I were very good friends. We realized Andrew and Hannah were kind of like a thing. And when we made 2 trips to Utah, mind you, our second trip to Utah was a big group of ABDL friends. We had me, Andrew, Hannah, Jamie at the time, my friend Tyler, who I call Mush Bum, Olivia and Abby. And we had all big like get together, camp out for a week, and it was so fun. But in that time frame, Jamie realized there were some things that went on. Some comments were made regarding me and Hannah that ended that relationship real quick, real quick. Basically, this person was like, "I want Andrew, not everybody else." And Andrew basically said, I'm sorry, Britt comes with me. And that's where that relationship pretty much ended. When somebody made fun, when this person basically said that my anxiety things weren't real. And when I was having tonic-clonic seizures one night, the comments were made that he was more important in that moment. And that's when Andrew said, look, when these happen, when this situation happens, when she goes into a seizure, nobody else matters but her, and keeping her safe and getting her through these seizures. And that was kind of the straw that broke Campbell's back. Yeah, but through it, we got Hannah out of it. And Hannah and I are great friends. We argue a little bit, but we're great friends. And now we have another, hello, Tristan. We have Annie, who is by the sweetest thing. I absolutely adore her. I'm not in a relationship with her, but we are a foursome of sorts. I'm currently only in a relationship with Andrew. That may change. We're all poly, so Hannah's got Andrew and Hannah's got Andrew and Annie. I have Andrew. Annie has Hannah. And there is the possibility that we will add a fifth. But if we do, it's going to be my girlfriend, and that'll be. Oh, that's a whole nother story that I'm just not going to get into right now, because it's not a topic I really necessarily want to discuss on YouTube much in a public setting like this. But yeah. If you have questions about that, you're always willing to message me. But there's a few things that there's a few important factors to me that would be involved in this if that came up. But anyway, we only have, sorry, my throat, with the window open. Do you see, guys? You see, he's propped up on the windowsill and he's just sitting there. He loves that. But yeah, how are you doing, Tristan? We're just kind of having a chat, just hanging out on Saturday, finishing cutting out some stickers that I may or may not use. We'll see. My Cricut didn't want to cut these properly. Okay, that's not true. My printer did not want to print these properly. Therefore, my Cricut did not cut them properly. How about you? I'm doing good. Oh, shit. I almost just went through where I wasn't supposed to go. These stickers are by no means perfect at all. But that's what happens when you have to cut them out by hand. I should probably go get my bottle. It's got water in it. Alrighty. One last sticker to cut by hand, and then I get to see if my Cricut's going to behave today. So I spent much of yesterday getting the white border around stickers that I'm going to use. So I want to print them out, see how they're going to cut. These are actually, I think, bigger than I intend. Oh, they still should fit. Yeah, those should fit. Okay. I'm just happy that we have decent weather today. It was really, I have to go for a walk later. That may be later, I don't know. I have to go get the mail because I accidentally did not pay attention to the fact that this thing I ordered was from Canada. And that was also before the whole COVID-19 thing started. So I'm waiting for this thing to arrive. It's supposed to come, but I don't know that it will. It has been like 6 weeks. and it still hasn't arrived. So I have a feeling we're not going to get it. So I may have to order another one or figure something out. There we go. Oh, no, I'm not going to bother. I'm not going to bother with the middle of that stuff. And my trash can is not on. So put it in the bucket. All right, let me cover this here. All right. I think before I start doing the Cricut stuff, excuse me, burped. I'm gonna go grab my water. So I will be right back. Did I eat today? I did not. Okay, 1 second, guys. All right. Change of plan. I'm in seizures at the moment. Absent seizures, mind you, but seizures nonetheless, which means, which I'm not surprised about at all, but that means change of plans completely. Wow. Absent seizures are freaky. They're really freaky because it's a very small window of where you stay standing, like when I blacked out for about 30 seconds, not blacked out, but I come to and it's like, oh my God, I'm suddenly super exhausted. I get all clammy with them and everything. So that just happened a couple times upstairs. One right before I stepped down the stairs. And that means I need to get to the couch where it's safe. Yeah, I will end stream when my brain can move enough to do that. Let's get some. Okay. Sometimes the seizures happen when I have a little bit of a low blood sugar too. So, right now I can't keep my eyes open. Ricky, you came in right. I went upstairs to get some water, and I had some absent seizures in that process. Which make me like it's weird. My body is just suddenly like super like I come to from those, and it's weird because absent seizures are just like you stand there. Yeah, I'm getting myself to the couch as soon as I can get back up. But they cause extreme immediate exhaustion. Even though they're just a quick little thing, it causes just like a lot. It causes a lot. So typically absent seizures are a precursor to more seizures. But you may. It's just this is life of me. Like I have a plan for what I'm gonna do, and I'm executing that plan. And I'm not surprised they're happening today. We had a pretty in-depth talk last night that caused a lot of emotion. I'm not at all surprised they happened today. Kind of shoots me in the foot for my plans for today, but 99% of the time when I have absence, they're followed by some clusters of really rough seizures. So that is where I'm so tired. Okay, guys, I'm going to go ahead and go. I am okay. Don't worry about me. I am okay. I will be okay because I'm just going to be on the couch. And typically I'm fine. Hopefully I don't mess my pants in this process because Andrew is not able to come home right this moment. I mean, he could come home and then go back, but I don't want to have to do that to him. Yeah, I literally had to sit down on the stairs, on the top of the stairs, and Simon came right to me. He knew something was up. So, but yeah. I'm going to go lay on the couch and just turn on the TV or something. Because if I turn on the TV while nobody's home, it kind of helps me track about how long I've been out and what's going on. Probably what's going to happen is I'm going to go take a nap. So, thank you guys for hanging out. I'm sorry that I have to cut this short, but body has a different plan. Yay. Anyway, you guys have an awesome day. I'm going to go rest. And you can see my eye doesn't want to open. I had Bell's palsy. Seizures trigger it, so it's kind of funny. But my eye won't open now. So, all right, guys. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.